Well, I hope this video is okay. Hubby has the television on upstairs, and so who knows, it's Gold Rush or something like that. So today is December 1st. It is day 335 of 365 as we count down. How very exciting is that? I am Linny Wennerstrom, spiritual guide and mentor, certified self-talk trainer, LCI certified life coach, and founder of LinnyMotivates.com. So thank you so very much for joining me. And thank you for all the likes and shares for yesterday. I so appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed that little excitement on the end of the video from yesterday. I thought that was fun. I just had to do something fun for you, letting you know that I believe in you. And at some point, you're going to believe in you. If you don't already, if you believe in yourself already, go you. It took me forever to believe in myself. And I'm still working on it. Actually, I feel pretty darn good anymore. But that is due to reprogramming my brain, understanding neuroplasticity, what neuroscience has shown us, the discovery that the brain literally is rewiring itself all the time until you take your last breath on this planet, which means you just go on to another adventure. So it's very exciting, all of it, no matter what's happening in your life. And believe me, people could look at my life and say, in the last year and a half, 2 years, and say, oh my gosh, that's a lot. And sometimes I did that too. I'll tell you something, it's an adventure and it's an amazing one. Anyway, so today, December 1st, remember that you have choice to choose. You chose the adventure, so now you have choice to choose what to do about the adventure. And Dr. Shad Helmstetter, I always laugh when I say the dean of positive self-talk. I think it's because it's so cute, but this is what we're reading. 365 days of positive self-talk for finding your purpose. Finding your purpose is a really importante piece of the puzzle. It's not some philosophical or something, as we read from his notes yesterday, and I do believe on the 27th as well, read that about what the purpose, how it impacts your life in everything that you do. So now we're going to talk about attitudes. Ooh, attitudes. I remember as a teenager, you need a new attitude. Yeah, well, I have one and I'm very excited about it now. Okay, so December 1st, day 335 of 2023. The success of my day isn't just about my purpose in life. The success of my day is up to the attitude I choose that day. And I choose to have a great attitude every day. You know what's so amazing about attitudes? One of the things that Shad Helmstetter suggests in his books, I can't remember one because I've read some, they're all just so positive. You just feel like you're on cloud nine. Just, oh, look at my hair. Yes, aren't you excited? Please don't be jealous of my hair. Usually it's in a braid, but this time it's a little errant, running around. Anyway, that you choose to say, and I did this back when, and I loved it because it's so powerful, but to choose the night before to have an amazing day the next day. And then in the morning when you wake up, to choose to have a great day, a very positive day, a very productive day. It just starts, and this is where Dr. Shad Helmstetter started. He was doing all this positive talk back in the 80s, or I think in the 70s, like late 70s or something. But he knew that this positive self-talk was so key to people. It just seemed that people who had like a positive attitude got further in life or farther in life. And so he was always helping people with their talk and their positive self-talk and everything. And it wasn't until neuroscience caught up to what he was doing that it was actually proven that the brain, you can actually see the brain with a live person. You don't have to be dead. You can actually be alive on planet Earth and watch the brain just go all over and show where it lights up in the brain. So it's very exciting, all of this stuff. So anyway, you get to choose. And when you choose to have a great day, a wonderful day, guess what happens? You do. When you start off on the I was going to read one of these things, but I'll do it tomorrow. On the wrong side of the bed, and then it's like, oh my God, it just gets worse and worse. That's a very, it's an electrical and chemical, it's a very real physiological issue that happens, or it's just what happens in your body. So when you say, and you tell your brain and you tell yourself, you're gonna have a good day, guess what you have? Doink! And you have such a great attitude that even traffic, even when you say like, oh, traffic doesn't bother me, I get to breathe, I get to take the opportunity to watch a train cross the tracks, or I get to look at all these people who are so rushed, and you know what, I know I'm in an adventure, and I get to love this adventure that I'm in. And I'm a soul with a body, not a body with a soul, and I'm going to enjoy this. And then you do, and it's just a whole shift in perspective, but yet you are telling your brain and training your brain and rewiring your brain for success and everything. Okay, so December 1st, the success of my day. Again, this is the passage for today from the book we're reading, 365 days of positive self-talk for finding your purpose. And really, if you don't feel like you have a purpose, I really want you to show up. I'm going to read this again, but I really want you to show up on Sunday. Sunday, December, is it the 5th? I think it's the 5th. Anyway, this Sunday, today is the 1st, so it's the 3rd. Let me count. I can do math. Yes, I can. My programs say I can, and so I choose to say I can do math. Anyway, so it's how I can support you in your journey. If you have not yet found your purpose, or you feel you haven't, let's make a goal. You make a goal, and I'm going to support you in that goal to figure out what your purpose is. And we will start that on this Sunday at 9 a.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Eastern. Okay, so I really want you to show up in the body of the description. Please look at that and go in and click on the one for the success on Sundays, success with goal setting on Sundays. And we're going to get you there. I'm going to support you in that endeavor to find your purpose. And if it's something else like your health, you want to reduce your weight by a few pounds, or you want to, notice I didn't say lose, because if you lose something, then you can find it again. So you want to reduce your weight, or you want to release some weight, however you want to say it, a few pounds, or if your financial strength, where you're at, your health, your relationships, your career, being an entrepreneur, whatever it is, I want to be there and be by your side. So please, I'm asking you to do this for yourself. Do this for your loved ones. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for your loved ones. Then eventually, hopefully, you'll do it for yourself. Anyway, that is understanding that achieving goals, writing down goals and everything, it's a skill. And I learned that. So here I'm going on and on, but it's really importante that you understand that setting goals, achieving goals, the actual act of this is a skill. Goal setting is a skill. It's not something that you're born with. It's something that you learn, and I'm going to teach you because I learned it and I'm doing awesome and amazing at it. So it's very exciting. So Sunday, every Sunday. All right, so go look at that, Success with Goal Setting Sundays. It also has the book club in there. You don't have to participate in both, but just sign up, but they're both in the one area. So look for that, because the book club is, the book club is so fun. It's not going to start until later in December, but that is the book club for limiting beliefs. So that's what we're going to do with that, and I'm very excited about that. And I want you to supercharge and accelerate your success. And the way you do that is to download that app, the app that's also in there. That's really going to help you a lot. So the Break Free of Limiting Beliefs book club, that's a transformational program that I offer for free, as well as this one for Success and Goal Setting Sundays, to help you with your goals. So anyway, I'm going to teach you that, and I'm going to stay with you all the way through March. and every single Sunday. And I really hope you take advantage of this because it's beautiful. I have hired a life coach to walk me through this. What I'm actually going to be working with you. I've hired someone to help me, and it is off the charts. So could I charge for this? Yes. This is not about charging. This is my gift. I have volunteered all my life, and this is something where I want to give back. I love you so very much. I really want you to be successful. The more of us that find our purpose and find happiness and love in this world, the more we raise the frequency, our own, our loved ones, those around us, those we touch, and the frequency of the planet. It's a really beautiful thing. And it's living in harmony and all those amazing spiritual laws, universal laws of harmony and law of attraction. Law of attraction is actually a sub universal law. It doesn't really matter. It's all just energy. It's just all energy. Anyway, I love you so incredibly much. I've really gone on and on. It's only because it's Friday and it's Friday night and it's snowing and it's so exciting in Budamus here on Wennerstrom Mountain. And I love you so incredibly much. And I'm just going to really fast tell you again, 365, we're counting down to the end of the year. So 365 days of positive self-talk for finding your purpose. And it's from the dean, and I'm not going to laugh because I just love it. It just makes me laugh. It makes me laugh because he's so cute. But the dean of positive self-talk, like who else would be the dean of positive self-talk? What an honor. He created it. And it's so, well, he didn't create the positive self-talk, so I'm going on and on. But he did create the actual language of doing it before its time. Before neuroscience caught up to it and neuroplasticity until we learned about the brain. And I've been studying this for so long, neuroplasticity and understanding that repetition is your point of power, positive or negative. So the more you're doing, I'm going on and on. I keep saying that. That's just because I'm excited. Okay, I love you so much. I hope you have an incredible, wonderful weekend. I'll be back tomorrow. And tomorrow will be day 336 as we move towards the end of the year. Have an amazing Budamus day. I love you so much. Ciao.